Yo, what's good, man? This is the East Sip and Chow podcast with your one and only host, Glory Boy, back again with another special episode, with the ones and only champions. You know what I'm saying? The ones and only champions, so shout out to y'all boys. I'm really proud of y'all. So I'm just going to start off with just a quick introduction. First of all, just go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so. But quick introduction, just say your name, your Instagram, and what you do. And then that's about it, and then we can start.
I'm Ali Shawish, Insta Ali Shawish 9, center midfielder for Fcyemen New York.
I'm Saif. My Instagram is Saif7. Also another center midfielder for Fcyemen New York.
Yeah. As you can see right here, man, how can we describe this moment right now? How can we describe this moment?
You could say this was something that we've been waiting for to happen. Our process in the making from, I could say, probably 2019.
That's crazy.
Probably even earlier. Yeah.
That's crazy. And let's go let's just start from the start, okay? From the beginning of the season and so on. How was it just starting up, with that whole team, maybe some new players and so on? How was it? And also, there was a new coach as well at the start of the season. And how was the new coach from the start of the season? How what type of feelings was going through your minds and so on from the start?
So in regards to the coaching, we had a totally different coach than what we had last year.
Right.
We had Coach Beatty last year. He had a different philosophy, different style, different way of using the players. And when we came into the season, of course, we got a new coach, Coach Jim, which totally different. His goal was to win games. Regardless how we do it, regardless who's on the field, let's just make it happen, In regards to starting the season, it was I want to say a good little bit, a slow start,
right,
but a good start. Because in the beginning of the season, our first game against Invictus, that's the game you played with us.
That's the game, man. That's the game I played before.
You getting hurt.
Definitely.
But remember, we started off slow. We were down 1-0. We came in, and then we end up winning 5-2. Second game of the season, we played against Chantilly. Again, we started off slow. We tied that game. And then the third game after that, we started down 2-0 against Binghamton. And then we came back and won, 5-2? So it just shows you that the mentality that we had, regardless of what situation we were in the games, that we were going to come back on top.
Definitely.
So, and then we moved on. We just kept bringing that onto the season. And we told every single game that we were down, we were just, hey, we've been here before. And then we've been down against bigger teams. Rock City, boom, 2-0. We came back and won. Dutchman, 1-0. We came back and won. It's just the whole season, that was just how it is for us. I knew at a certain point, I was confident that we were going to come back and win.
Right.
Or something, one of our players going to do something for us.
All right. And before we even get into the season, the games more depth, how about during training? So the first day of training, the players around you guys and so on, because I was also part of the team before my injury. But the players around, did you guys have that confidence that this is the team that's gonna be able to win all these 3 trophies, or how was you feeling?
I'd say beginning of the season, we it just felt different than usual, it felt like a different start than we usually have every single year. It seemed like everybody was focused on one goal. It wasn't it's years ago or last year, 2 years ago, everybody had different goals and stuff. But this year we felt more connected and together, and we had only one goal. It was to win, use our strengths, try to cover our weaknesses, and that's something that we had from the start. When we started training, early March, February with futsals and everything.
Yeah, futsal was February. Right?
It was early. We were doing futsals early. Just everybody getting together and pushing each other. It was very tough. It gets rowdy sometimes. It gets very physical and stuff. But that's the type of stuff that when you struggle together, you start working for each other. You appreciate your teammate. You know what I mean? And I feel like those futsals before the season led up to our first training, led up to our first, game, led up to everything. So we came in with a different attitude, like compared to years before. So
Yeah, I mean, you got to see it firsthand. We were there early in the season, getting it going. The mentality switched this year. We had a convo. I had a convo in the beginning of the season with Ali Muhammad and Ali Umari. We were at the gym. I don't want to say this is the biggest part of our season, but it was definitely like a eye opener. Right. We were at the gym and we were just talking about it. It was like, man, like we're the best kids to come out of our community, and we're letting it go to waste every single year. Why don't we focus one year where we put it like lock in, go out there and try to win everything we can, right. And go out there and win everything we can. And alhamdulillah, we got 3 trophies, went to the final 8 of the national tournament. We did a lot of things along the way. So it started definitely before the season.
Definitely. And how about like the relationship within the team? Because at the start, people are starting to get to know each other, get to know how everybody plays, their role, and so on. Like just building the relationship with the teammates. Like, was that a difficult thing to do, or was that something that started happening as more games was like being won, because you had no choice? You had to kind of like bond in with the team.
In regards to relationship, I think I've known Mo, everybody on the team. We've played together for a very long time, right? But we've always had a different kind of mindset towards the game. This year was the first time that we put that same mindset into the game, So in regards to relationship, it's not hard for us to come together in the beginning of the season, but for the new players that we got, we got Diego this year, new. You know what I'm saying? Like, so there was a couple of new guys, Jack, and all of them. So we had to bond it a little bit game by game and practice by practice, where we had to get more involved with them, and that led to everybody. Like, you can see it from it translating to everybody. AQ, Majid, him, everybody just coming together. You can see it at once. And then it just like everything just switched after that Binghamton game. We're just like, okay, now this is it. This is the guys. This is our goal. This is what we were chasing.
Right. How about you, Mo? You got anything to say on that?
I'd say towards the beginning, when we start introducing new players, we just have such a strong core of people who should share the same beliefs and stuff. So I feel like it wouldn't be hard for somebody to come in and get in the same rhythm as us, same flow and everything. So people would have to match our intensity. People would have to like in the past, everybody was all over the place. So you throw somebody new and it just starts messing things up even more. Where this year, our good core, a good core of like 12 players, we held strong and we stuck with our characteristics. So I don't see it being hard for anybody to come in and match our intensity.
Nah, definitely. And also, like, throughout practices, did you guys ever find like a difficult time to kind of like bond with the coach? Because the coach was still new, so like the coach also was starting to kind of like build that relationship, getting to know you guys. Did you guys have some difficulties, trying to get to know the coach, or even, following whatever the coach was trying to like have the players do throughout practices?
In the beginning of the season, yeah, correct. But he came in with as like a specific idea. He came in and he told us, he set the rules and standards. Right. Listen, I need respect. I need this. I need you to work as hard as you can for as long as you can. If you could give me a group of 12 guys that I could rock with, like 100% fully loaded to go, we're going to go far this season. I don't need like 40, here just lollygagging and playing and trying to get to the moment. And in the beginning, he came in. Of course, we played a different style. Usually play, with wingers and whatnot. This year, we played with 4 in the middle, like a diamond. And it was very different than what we usually are accustomed to, but it took us some time to get used to it, but we definitely found the way. In regards to him, like figuring us out or, like gelling in with him, obviously it took a little while, maybe 3, 4, 5 games in, until we really, really like seeing the path, the way, the method for us to go. So, yeah.
Definitely. How about you, Mo? How, like, what's your opinion based on, just the coach and also just the coach getting to know you guys? Was it like something difficult for him, or was it something difficult for you guys too?
I'd say number one, shout out to the coach. He's a really good coach. You know what I mean? So
Jim is him.
Jim is him. So yeah, we just had a little bit of a style change from what we're used to in the past. You know what I mean? So I feel like those two styles that we played, like we played a certain style, all the time, all these years, and he gave us something new. So whatever the game called for, we can go into a certain style. If the style of the game required us to play more possession based, we do that. If the game called for us to be more like direct, more using our wings, more attacking fullbacks, we were able to adjust, and that's all props to him, and obviously props to the players who are willing to take in the knowledge and learn and improve every day. So open-minded from the players. Helped the coach get his point across and helped us.
Definitely. Okay, so now let's talk about positioning. So at first, you play striker, and you play winger, right?
Nah, I'm like an attacking mid or 8.
No, like before that.
No, same.
Oh, same?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So how did you feel? Because the coach had to kind of like move you to a different position from where you usually play. Like, how was that, like, just playing that other position? Like, was there something difficult for you to manage, or was it something like, you kind of like was instantly like in tune with it?
I'm not gonna lie to you. That was a surprise for me, because usually I'm an attacking player. So it's either I play striker, wing. I played last year attacking mid. I've never played any defensive roles in my career. So when it came to this season, and then you got hurt, and we lost Yusuf when he went to play in a different USL, whatever. It was like, now we need to adjust.
Right.
And so he was trying to put the players that he trusts, he knows at the moment. And he told me, like, and then practice like a couple of days before the game, he's like, "Yo, you're gonna be a 6." I was like, "Oh." I was like, "All right, I'm cool with it." And I said, "I'm up for this challenge."
Right.
But if you remember, my first play as a 6 cost us a goal against Binghamton. So I get the ball differently. This is different game for me. I get the ball, the dude takes it from me, rips it top left or side netting. So it's definitely like at that moment, it's like, okay, now I have to adjust my game. I'm usually receiving the ball, moving forward. I gotta head on a swivel, play it differently. It was different for me, but I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie, and it worked for us. And if you told me again, like, I would go back and play center back, right back, I don't care, goalie. If it was meant for us to get all these 3, I would do it again. So definitely. I enjoyed it.
That's dope, bro. Shout out to you on just taking that role to play like a different position. How about you, Mo? You play your usual position, but like, how was it this year? And also just being able to play a different formation throughout like this season.
Yeah, I'd say the formation change was a little needed some adapting. You know what I mean? So
right.
I'm usually used to playing with 3. Somebody behind me and somebody in front of me, so I'd be like an 8. But when we play at Diamond, we play with the two 8s like more inverted. So you have like a little less space in front of you, but you have more people around you. So like if you make a mistake, then somebody's always there to clean up for you. And Shawish cleaned up for me a lot. You know what I mean? Niner cleans up for me. AO cleans up for me. Even left back JB. He covers me a lot. So so it's key where we had like everybody like in a certain like distance. So whenever like anybody made a mistake or anything, somebody was there to clean it up. And that was definitely key because it's a whole new formation. So movements are different and patterns are different. You know what I mean? So
right.
I want to say that was the biggest thing for us. It was different, right? Every team that we played didn't play our style of football, right? They play wingers, whatever. And then when it came to us, we have an extra guy in the midfield every single game. So now it just became us in the middle controlling the game.
That's crazy. That's actually good, bro. The midfield is everything, to be honest.
And you played with us at the first game. You see how we had, we had the ball all game.
All game.
And we were just moving that.
But I ain't going to lie, bro, because I haven't played, so playing that first game, it was after 2-3 months haven't really played a 11v11 match, bro. I was tired.
Yeah, I guess.
Playing that position, bro. I felt like I was like,
And then you were all over the place as well.
yeah, I feel like I was all over the place because that was also like a new position for me.
Yeah.
Which I really thank that coach because he kind of like put faith in like all the players, you know, like just putting you in a different position. But he also showed you like I trust you. You know, I feel like that really played like a huge role, and I believe that really played like a huge role for the team to receive all these 3 trophies. So, how was the trust from the coach? Let me just ask that. How was the trust from the coach towards you guys? Like, did you guys feel comfortable, and did that kind of like motivate you to even perform well? Because that's something that every player wants from the coach.
Yeah, I mean the trust is he let us know early. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is the guys I'm putting on the field. I trust you guys.
Right.
Mistakes are gonna happen. I still trust you, you know? After my first mistake in the 6, he told me, hey, pick up your head up. You're our vocal guy. You know, it's just like in a different situation, a different coach would be like, damn, this guy's doesn't work in that position, right? I would have been switched. So, you know, trust-wise, he gave all the players that were on the field a certain amount of trust for them, you know, to perform. If you didn't perform throughout the season, you know what I'm saying? And he's giving you an opportunity. He's going to let you know. He's like, yeah, listen, this is what happened. It's not working out.
Right.
But as far as everybody that's on the field, 100% trust. You make a mistake, it's cool. It's a part of the game. Now adjust to it. So I think for that, as far as him being trusting us, it was good because now and then we trusted him. He's definitely made some choices where we thought in the game, mid-game, we're like, you know what I'm saying? There's 3 left mids. What's going on? Yeah.
Right.
And he just made them, and then we scored 2 goals right away. You know what I'm saying? So we trusted him, and he trusted us. And that was the goal for us at the end. It helped us move on.
Yeah. How about you? What's your thought on that?
Yeah, I just agree with Shawish. I just agree, not disagree. That sounded like disagree. But I just agree with Shawish. So, yeah, just like what he said, you know, the coach showed trust in us and we showed trust in him. So, obviously, when you get a new coach, you know, it's kind of like sometimes when he says something like, oh, you know, what is he thinking? What is he doing, you know? But then it always works out in the end, you know. So, yeah, that's what I would say.
That's legit. And also, so now let's go towards the first, second, third game and so on. Like you already mentioned that, but like how did it feel just winning the third game? Because throughout the season, it's always hard for a team to kind of like keep up the streak, you know, because it's either you win it or you tie. How did it feel after winning that third game? Like did everybody just feel like, you know what, it's the year for us to like just take over?
After our Binghamton game, the game we were down 2-0, yeah. I feel like that was our momentum switch. I feel like that's when we said, okay, we have the guys, we have the players. Now, you know what I'm saying? We adjusted. Now why not go for it all? And we were in the locker room that day. We were just saying like, yo, this is us this year. If we're locked in like this we are right now, nobody's stopping us. And throughout the season, we were undefeated because of that. We just kept it moving. I kept telling them after every game, like, hey, if we win one more, momentum carries. And then, you know, kept carrying momentum throughout the season. That was, for me, that was our very, very, like very critical moment in our season. I was just like, okay, now we're switching. That's it.
Mo, you got anything to say on that, or?
I'd say this year, like the start of our year, was a little different than how we usually start. Always feels like we always like lose our first couple games, then we start picking it up. Yeah. But this year was different, and then once we started winning our first couple games, it was like, you know, we might, you know, let's keep going, let's just keep winning. So, you know, we didn't want to settle for a loss, and we went undefeated. Our first, was it the first UPSL season in Western New York undefeated?
Probably, yeah. We are.
No, we gotta check that. We gotta fact check that later. But
I think we are. I think we are the first Western.
Yeah.
To be the undefeated in the season.
That was crazy though. That was crazy. Like the streak.
Yeah, like it just felt like.
What?
Yeah, it just felt like, you know, if we lose, it's just like, you know, we just did not want to lose. We just wanted to keep that streak going. It was just like we were hungry to keep that streak going. You know what I mean? So
I think that was one of the reasons. Our last game of the season, we were down 2-0 against Rock City Boom.
Right.
Like, man, like we're about to lose. You know what I'm saying? Our last game of the season, we're undefeated this whole season, and we just come back with 15 minutes, score 3 goals, and win the game. So that definitely helped us a little bit push forward.
That's crazy. And also, now let's look at the weakness and the strength of the team. You know, because every team have their weaknesses and they have their strength, right? And so like throughout like the games and so on, what were some of the weaknesses and what were some of the strength like to kind of like push the team in order, to get where the team was able to get to?
I speak on the strength. I felt like we had more strength than we did have weaknesses. Strengths, we had a great group of guys that could at any moment switch the game. We could have Ali Al-Umari score at any moment. Women, Zach Shaibi, Diego, Muhammad, me. There were so many people that even coming off the bench. We had sometimes Raj come off the bench, do good. There was so much options for other teams that they had to like worry about that they couldn't. And so that was definitely a strength for us. Everybody on that team was able to do something. Sometimes you play teams, you'd be like, oh, that dude is a bad dude. But he's the only dude on that team that's doing, damage. Like us, I feel like anybody on the field could do damage. And that was our biggest strength. I feel like they're a bunch of ballers. But in regards to weaknesses, I wouldn't say very much. It was just trying to get the group together to a certain point. And once the group came together, then I feel like we were going good. That's it.
You got anything more?
I would say like sometimes there's always like a good like 10-15 minutes where we just like take our foot off the gas, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And it really takes a character, like especially Shawish. A lot of times he would turn it back up for us. You know what I mean? There's players like Shawish with AQ, Adam, they would always turn it up. Women. Those are some guys that we look forward to, to turn it around for us, like mentally, you know what I mean? So when you start slacking, when our team starts, getting lazy with the passes, stop running, stop checking your man. These guys are usually vocal, so that definitely helped us a lot, I think.
We let them know early, me and AQ, that sometimes we're going to yell at them, but it's not for us to just yell at them, you know what I'm saying, or to get out of anger. It's to let them, put them back in,
Facts.
in the game.
So. I was actually going to go towards that too, just the leadership within the team. Like, was it effective from the start, or did it start after the Binghamton game? Because also, leadership is the most important thing throughout the team. And who were like the leaders? Who were showing up as the leaders throughout like almost every game?
So, in regards to captains, leaders that we had AQ and AM9. They were like the main guys, So coach gave them the captaincy. They were telling them, hey, this is what we're doing. This is what we're going with. Right. Everybody agreed with it. They game to game, back to game, every single game, they were those guys that we looked to for, anything that we needed.
Right.
On the field, I'm gonna say, man, there was a lot of leaders on the field. On the field,
it was mainly you.
Yeah, I mean,
it was mainly you. Stop being humble.
I say, I'm a part of it. Like, I like to take leadership in fact that, like, I could help my team.
Definitely.
As in fact. But AQ was there, Adam was there. We had Whitman that, sometimes that came in, chimed in with a lot of stuff. You guys, Ali, Mo. We had so many, people that, at a certain extent, to say something for us as a team to move forward.
Right.
In regards to, I want to say, okay, leadership-wise, to always be, talking, I'm going to say me and AQ. But everybody else did have a part in what we had going. So.
You mentioning about just being the leader throughout the game as well. Was this something that you had to kind of develop, or was it something that was always part of you growing up?
Nah, I think I don't know. I don't like speaking on it, to be honest, too much. I feel like it's...
Go ahead, bro. Let the people know.
Because he's becoming one of the older guys on the team. So
leadership-wise, I think I've been a captain my whole life. I was a captain for high school. I went to captain college. I was their captain for college. And here, I'm just more of a leadership, being in a role, accepted that, So it's been with me along the way. But sometimes, if we're going to new teams or, I like to settle it down. I don't want to step over to anybody's shoulder. So I let it rock, and then if I need to step in, I'll step in. Yeah, 100%. So that's just how it is this year. I let AM9 and AQ, do their thing, and they did do their thing. Right. And if I needed to chime in, I was there.
Right. Yeah. So now let's move on to the next question here. So let's talk about the community itself, okay? Within the Yemen community, within the Buffalo community, what did this mean to the community itself?
It's meant a lot, obviously. They haven't seen trophies like this for a little while, so it was like a good bring it back. You know what I mean? Plus, we do it at a higher level league, semi-pro league,
Right.
which is very nice. So they've been always supporting us. You know what I mean? So they're always there for us. Like we had a game in Chicago. Did we have more fans than them in Chicago? Other team?
We had a lot. We had
I heard
a
it's
lot
like
of
90
fans.
people.
We had like
There was a
100
lot of
fans. Like,
people, man.
100.
so like think about it. Like we're all the way in Buffalo and we have people driving 10 hours to watch us play. We got 100. Like we had like 90 to 100 people show up. So came out with flares, came out with drums, came out with stuff. So it was just like beautiful to see. Like when we lined up, we were like,
Man,
everybody.
you look at the stand. It was packed. Like
It was like everybody showed up. It was like beautiful to see. You know what I mean? So
Right.
like it was just nice. And plus even the games, like for example, like our final with Northeast final, like the Northeast final, even the Western New York final, like everybody showed up. You know what I mean? So it's just nice to see, and it gives you like a little more to play for. You know what I mean? Like you don't want them to come all the way here and disappoint them, or
Yeah, there's also big. It's for our community as well. It's for Nabil. It's for Taha. Like they put a lot of effort into this. If you see in our championships, all of them that we had, most of the time we were fighting kids with the trophies. Like they're trying to take pictures and stuff. So you look into it, man. There's bigger. It's bigger than us. There's kids that looking up to us and they want to do the same thing. They want to win trophies. So in the long run, we're probably making them better players.
Definitely.
And opening more doors for our community. So that's like the biggest goal for us, that they enjoy us watching us, they come to our games, and and hopefully they look up to us and become better than us.
Right. And do you feel like you guys have set a high expectation for the community? Because like you just mentioned, those kids that's growing up, do you feel as if now it's like they feel like now when it's their time, they will be able to win all these trophies as well?
I feel like the standard is set now, so like the youth coming up, they're looking at us and be like, yo, like we have to win, we have to be good. You go to our field right now in Lehigh, it's packed. There's kids every single day playing, and we used, for a little while that stopped, so now it's like we're coming back, and we have like a big event on August 12th where we're having the whole community come out, and celebrate everything that we've done. So I feel like the standard is set, but now they have to meet the standards for themselves. It's going to take a different route, but hopefully they do it better than us. That's the goal.
Right. That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. And so now let's give a shout out to the OGs. You already mentioned their names. Let's give a shout out to them. Like, how were they feeling in that moment? Like when the first trophy came home.
I know Billy was happy.
yeah,
He was.
I live with him.
Yeah, I know he was happy because man, when we were losing, it's like you couldn't talk to him after games. He was down and bad. But I seen him when we won our first one, he was excited. I seen him and Taha. They were having their moment. Like they enjoyed it. And then the second one came, and the third one came, and of course it's good for them as much as it is good for us. And then we went to Chicago. Unfortunately, they didn't like the result, but they seen where we're going. So yeah.
Right. That's shout out to them, man. Shout out to
100%.
them because,
They do a lot of work, man.
they're some of the nicest people I've ever met too. I could say that seriously. So I mean, we're gonna have them on the show too. So no doubt about that. But also, so now let's talk about the future of FCY. How you guys feeling about next season? Is next season gonna be the same as this season, or is next season actually the Nationals championship is coming home?
As far as team wise, if we have the same group of guys, we're gonna definitely add more couple pieces that we were low on this year, like subs and stuff. Why not? What's stopping us?
Right.
It's us. That's the only thing that's stopping us is us. So the goal is national championship. We've been to the final 8 now. We got to go more. At the beginning of the year, the first season we didn't make playoffs. Second season, we made playoffs. Third season, we made it to the finals and we won it. And then that's just our goal right now. Might as well win a national championship.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, how about you, Mo?
We just keep improving every year. So, just like what Shawish said, first season, not so great. Second season, playoffs. Third season, round 8. So, fourth season, what?
National championship, inshallah.
Championship or semifinal?
Inshallah.
Inshallah, the final.
Yeah. Inshallah. We'll leave it up to that. We'll see you next season. So
Definitely. And how you guys see yourselves? I mean, in the next couple years as well. I mean, throughout like the soccer career, like, do you guys see yourself playing beyond UPSL, or just continue giving back to the community, and also in just other ways as well, just either becoming coaches or just continue with the soccer career? How do you guys see yourselves in the next couple years?
I think the goal for us as a community is to get kids out of here, like to go pro. So as far as the people that are playing UPSL right now, I mean, we have a lot of young kids, like group of guys that could, make it play at the next level. So the goal is for us to get some kids out there, like Mo, Adam, Ali Amari, anybody, like that's in our community. It doesn't matter. Whitman, Diego, Yusuf. As long as they play higher soccer, what I'm saying? That's the goal. But if we are, again, here, same place next year, the goal is to give back to our community and win more games. That's it. But me personally, I still got some years in me, so I'm still be playing here. Yeah,
definitely. More and more to come, bro. More and more to come. How about you, Mo?
I'd say having, one of us, two of us, three of us, whoever can go play at a higher level, you got to go, because that is giving back to the community, because you set a standard for the young people to, look up to you. They say, oh, he could do it, I could do it. We came from the same street, we came from the same block, we came from the same, play the same field, growing up. So why can't I do it? You know what I mean? So if somebody goes professional from our group, you know what I mean? It's that is giving back to the community. You know what I mean? So
don't forget, man, we already got one in the MLS. We got one in the MLS.
We
got Abdi.
Salim, shout out to him, bro. Shout out to him.
Abdi grew up with us, played with us. He was in our field all the time at Lehigh, played with our men's group, BDSL and everything. So props to him. Inshallah, he keeps balling, and we'll see him probably against Messi, Never know.
They're playing Messi today.
Yeah.
They're playing Messi today.
That's today?
Oh, today, yeah.
Damn.
Yep, they're playing Messi. But yeah, man, it was just nice having you guys here, because I mean, you can't just let the champions walk around without actually sitting down to, and have a little chat. You feel me? Appreciate y'all boys for stopping by. This is East Sip and Chop podcast. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button for more, and stay tuned, because we're not done yet. We're gonna have the OGs on this show. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you guys can tell them again your Instagram, and then we can close out.
Ali Shawish 9. It's definitely a pleasure to be here with you, brother.
Appreciate it.
You know how it is. You're the best at it. We're here with you.
Appreciate it.
Mo Saif 7 on Instagram. Make sure you drop that follow.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Glory, for having us out here.
Nah, for sure,
East Sip
bro.
Chat podcast. So,
yep.
We here.
And we out of here. Let's go.
Yes, sir.